All right, hi everybody. It's just after 6:30, 6:41 Eastern Time officially. I'm meteorologist David Glenn. A lot to track here. I appreciate those of you who watched our previous live update this afternoon, watched our newscast, and here we are live again, still tracking storms out there. This will be the case for at least early mid-evening. Several clusters, one there, another here east of the city, another here approaching from the northwest, another line back here north of Huntsville. All of this is making its way very slowly to the east-southeast, all along the front. And cold fronts in August, they move at a snail's pace. They don't move all that fast. So that's the reason why these storms continue to develop. And it's so hot and humid out there that even after one line rolls on by, there's still plenty of energy left to allow these storms to continue to develop. So that's what we're tracking right now. And I'll try to get to as many of your questions as possible. It's kind of hard when everyone's throwing at every community there, but I'll do my best. But here's just a broad overview so you can see what's going on. Okay. And also keep in mind that all of our viewing areas under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock Eastern time. Jackson, DeKalb, Franklin, not involved in the watch, but still you got storms approaching you. So just understand that. But I think beyond 10 o'clock, most of these storms will be out of here. So not being an all-night situation. But there we go. Scattered storms continue making their way to the east and southeast. Let's start with this one. And the reason why I'm starting with that one, this one was a little bit stronger as it rolled through southeastern Hamilton, right here near Udawan, Appleton. It has some very strong wind gusts. It's just a little bit more broken apart, just a little bit. But that one's still, the southeastern corner of Hamilton, that was still pretty rough there. Still going through southern parts of Bradley, now northern parts of Whitfield and Murray, and still the ongoing severe thunderstorm warning there, which rolls, I believe, past the top of the hour to about 7 o'clock Eastern time. So just right at the top of the hour. And then eventually towards Fannin County. Then over Bradley County into neighboring Polk County with that line, that's in effect until the next few minutes. This will probably start to expire. But either way, it is still a strong storm. And that's the reason why, if you look farther downstream, you got that line as it approaches, already an advisory out for parts of Copper Hill, McKaysville, Blue Ridge. And now we got this cell here that's caused this new warning near Murphy. We were on the air at 6 o'clock. We were talking about the storms approaching there. This is round 2 for Murphy, but that warning out for both Cherokee and Clay County, and that's going to be out till 7:30 Eastern time. And again, with that one, you can expect, again, heavy downpours of rain, wind gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour, and even some penny-sized hail. That one is just right over Murphy, but moving east at 40 miles an hour. So again, areas like Murphy, Hayesville, the Nantahala Lake, Shooting Creek area between now and 7:30. That should be moving in that general direction. That's Cherokee Clay out till 7:30 Eastern time. Pretty nasty sail there, right along 129 to 64 in Murphy, all the way to the state line. And we'll just take a close look in there for the wind gust potential. And of course, the wind gusts can be accelerated quite a bit coming up and over the mountains. But you see that deep red right in there, right along 129. It's got some gusts, 20. That's just where that is. But there's still going to be gust potential upwards of 40 to 60 miles an hour, which is above the severe threshold, being above 58 miles an hour. All right, let's slide back here to the farther back to the west here over Marion County. This storm coming up and over the plateau. It's moved through Altamont, now over Tracy City, Pelham, back to Mount Eagle and Swanee, or to Whitwell and Jasper. This warning out until 6:15 Central, 7:15 Eastern. And again, that's going to have wind gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour. It is moving east at 20. So again, around downtown, we've already had one nasty cell roll by. Here comes this next one. At the very least, it's a big lightning producer. Very heavy rain with it, but also the risk for some damaging wind gust coming with that. It's that part of Marion and far southern Sequatchie under that severe thunderstorm warning until 7:15 Eastern. Dunlap not included under the warning, but it's still storming there. Heavy rain and lightning still occurring in that area. But let's track that cell because it is going to be getting closer to downtown again. That is going to be east at 20. That's been a very common forward speed. So we'll track that moving east. So notice, again, you've got Central Time versus Eastern Time. Inman in the next few minutes. Jasper, that means the worst part of that approaching you just at the top of the hour. It's already getting rainy there and thundering and lightning. Sunny Daisy, you've got rain around you, but we're tracking the line right there that's coming up and over the mountain there. So 718, Red Bank around 722. That means for 730, some of that rain approaching back around downtown. So very heavy rain, lightning with that. We'll see if they hold the warning beyond the expiration time, but at the very least, very heavy rain, a lot of lightning with that. So a lot to track there. Let's take a look inside that one. Velocity scan. A lot of these are straight line wind gust potential. Tornado potential is very low with these. These are mainly more of a straight line wind situation, heavy rain and lightning, but tornado threat is extremely low. So I know that's a kind of a question a lot of folks will be asking, but that's going to be the case. But in this case, it's more straight line wind gusts with it. That's what I'm seeing here over parts of Marion and then over parts of Sequatchie County as well. Farther back to the west, which we have to keep in mind for Franklin County, the far western edge of Franklin under severe thunderstorm warning with this storm near Fayetteville, moving down to Hazel Green. Eventually, keep an eye on that. Northwestern part of Jackson County, that warning out there until local time 6:15. That's 7:15, of course, Eastern time. And then farther down to the south, a lot of activity here. This is no longer warned storm situation. So things are improving in Dalton and Ringgold and Varnell. So still raining heavily, but you're about to get out of all this. Still some lightning around, but not a severe threat anymore. But again, you could have some wind gusts here. When it's outlined like this, wind gusts up to 40 to 50 on the leading edge of that Dalton to Chatsworth. And same thing here from near Fort Mountain, headed eastward into Gilmer into Fannin County. They've just extended the special weather statement, which is that step below a warning. That's out till 7:15 Eastern time with wind gust potential upwards of about 40 to 50 miles an hour. Heavy rain, a lot of lightning. But again, not quite as strong as it once was, which is some good news. And again, Dalton, the worst of it's kind of shifting now east of you. Ringgold, Tunnel Hill, Varnell is moving away from you. So things are improving there quite a bit. So we'll keep an eye on the area north and west, but things are improving quite a bit from an hour ago. A lot of lightning still northern Murray on into Fannin County, but it is below severe levels. That is good. A little bit weaker than it once was. Main area under this warning where this line of storms is still strong. It's right there over parts of Cherokee, parts of Clay County. Although in Clay County near Hayesville, that one now is dropping south of the state line down near Hiwassee, Georgia. And right along 64 up to 129, downtown Murphy, very heavy rain, lightning all the way back to about the state line. Now this advisory is crossed into parts of Fannin and parts of Gilmer as it drops down into northwest Georgia into the mountains there. So Copper Hill, McCaysville, you've had more heavy rain coming your way. One line passed by, another one moving in from the northwest. So be aware of that for any flooding potential there. And this gives you an overview of the entire viewing area at the moment. Clusters of showers and storms ongoing north of the city, although these up towards, say, Dayton, Spring City, northern parts of Hamilton, not far from Sale Creek, or at least approaching there. Not as severe, but still pretty noisy. And because of lightning risk, go inside. We say that all too often. When thunder roars, you go indoors. All right. Let me show you any storm reports. Let me pull that map up here. Take me just a second. These will be any damage reports noted so far. That map will pop up momentarily. Not many, which is good. So again, if you look at this map, we're looking at local storm reports over the past 12 hours. And again, not much, which is good. I mean, there may still be a tree down, limb down, or some debris on roadways to be aware of. But as far as official reports, most of this has been north and east where damage has been. A little stronger toward Knoxville and the Tri-Cities. Here's just a look at them. This is northwestern Monroe County near Madisonville, just before 5 o'clock. Few down trees and power lines, Sweetwater, Madisonville area. And right here at the 7540 merger in Lenoir City, tree down along West Broadway, North First Street there. In Loudoun, at least in Lenoir City in Loudoun County. And you go toward Knoxville, tree falling on power lines, blocking the road at Fairmount Boulevard. That, of course, is in Knox County, downtown Knoxville. So it's been a little more active with the storms there. We've had our own fair share of storms, but thankfully, not much in the way of damage. We'll certainly hope it stays that way. But of course, these storms still coming in, there's still that wind gust potential out there. All right. So just wanted to pass that along to you. There's a severe thunderstorm watch out till 10 o'clock. And of course, here's our current situation with the showers moving ever so slowly east and southeast. And again, notice how even though storms have moved over parts of Hamilton, we have redevelopment. I mean, it's just that humid and warm out there. So the air's still very buoyant, a lot of energy, and the secondary line in advance of this front moving in and causing the redevelopment. So things across Hamilton are getting a little bit active very quickly. So they're in Sunny Daisy rather quickly over the past 15 minutes. These storms have fired up. Is in advance of this storm, the outflow from this one, sparking the redevelopment here from Sunny Daisy and across the river, across the lake. And the same thing over to Sail Creek. And that extends over eastern parts of the county, southern parts of Meigs, and bordering areas of Polk County. And this large storm cluster is just causing that wind gust potential there right along Highway 41 from Tracy City southward into parts of Marion. So Whitwell, very heavy rain, lots of lightning. Now just to the south of Dunlap. And we'll see if at least advisory gets passed here into parts of Hamilton, because this storm's about to override that polygon. That's out till 7:15 Eastern, but it's about to move into eastern parts of Hamilton County. So as you can see, very heavy rain approaching Walden, Signal Mountain, Whitwell, and just north of Jasper. So Victoria, Inman, Sequatchie, Griffith Creek area, Tracy City, Tennessee Highway 28, U.S. Highway 41, going up the mountain there. So very heavy rain, lightning, and again, that wind gust potential. Things do improve on the northern edge of Grundy. Still rain and lightning a big threat, so stay inside. But northern part of the county improving compared to the southern part of the county. And again, Mont Eagle, Tracy City, Pelham, all those areas, it is slow going right now. Take a look at some TDOT cameras here. So we get that view there near Mont Eagle. So we can share these with you. See some of these camera views here. And all those cameras are out. So we'll keep an eye on those for you. Look at power outages currently. Excuse me. I was holding back that sneeze for like 2 minutes. It finally caught up with me. Let's all right, the first line of storms that rolled by has prompted, right now we got about 30, just under 3,500 customers affected with power outages across parts of Bradley, Hamilton, and northern parts of Hamilton. There are ongoing repairs, so be aware of that. 11 repairs in progress, 61 outage incidences, and just under 35 people without power. So again, that's with the first round and more storms coming in. Thank you. Those of you who said bless you. It happens. Live stream. Again, let me look at some of the wind gust potential here, because these are really starting to pick up here. And you can see around Sunny Daisy, just for example, 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts. It's pretty windy with that. We're looking for any severe gust potential. Yeah, you can still see, and I'll point it out here. Right in here, we see that the bright red, that's where some of the stronger gusts could be occurring. So right around Whitwell, just as an example, you have gusts to 25, still in the 20 mile an hour range. So it's still pretty windy with some of these cells. We hope they stay below severe levels, but so that warning's out till 7:15. And notice again, across Hamilton County, north of the city, these are really picking up. The outflow from these coming off the mountain, sparking development in the valley, and that warm, buoyant air. So right along 27, Soddy Daisy, Sale Creek, just west of Calhoun, just to the west of Cleveland. More rain, thunder coming your way, making things awfully noisy. And again, it wouldn't be surprising with all this activity picking up and this large storm cluster outpacing this polygon. There might, at the very least, be an advisory issue farther south in the Hamilton, so be aware of that. Maybe a warning, but we'll keep you posted on that if that occurs. Across North Georgia, again, let's take a look at these. Dalton, things are improving for you for the moment, so things are looking a little bit better. Same thing in Ringgold, that we are watching north and west. Now the line could be approaching Ringgold in the next couple of hours, but for now, things are quieter. And even east of Chatsworth, things are improving. Still downpours there. Same thing up to Cisco and Etime. But you go east of there, this is where the action is a little bit higher. Into the mountains from Fort Mountain, northwest of Ellijay, west of Blue Ridge, and up to around Copper Hill. So heavy rain and lightning, though below severe levels, may still have some very strong wind gusts with that, but not severe. Same thing across Cherokee and Clay County. This particular warning is out until, I believe, just after the top of the hour. Make sure I got that timing right. Yeah, that runs till 7:30, actually 7:30 Eastern time. It'll take that long to move through Clay County. But that severe thunderstorm warning is out from Murphy over to around Hayesville. North of the city, a lot of storm clusters, those staying below severe levels. So for Athens and Riceville, Nyota, it's improving a bit. So some rain and lightning to the south. And all these others developing back over northern Ray and northern Meigs and northern Bledsoe, not too severe. Okay, it's mainly now trending more to the south as that line starts moving that general direction to the south. So they're kind of shifting north to south. So the northern areas are improving a bit better than areas to the south. But there you can see again that those clusters of storms really picking up Sale Creek to Soddy down to Red Bank. So Cigna Mountain, heavy rain and lightning. Same thing in Walden. And about to drop down into the valley. And as it does so, it's going to bring the heavy rain for round 2 into Red Bank and Riverview, Rivermont area, North Shore. And still that extends all the way back to around Mont Eagle and to the Swanee area. Jessica, thank you for that update about the alert system. We're aware of that with that tone and it muting sound. We know that, and they're looking into that. Okay. There was a whole system upgrade from about 2 weeks ago. And since then, there's been some quirks with it, to say the least. So it's getting the alerts out. That's the most important thing. It's just that what comes with it. Sometimes a loud tone, sometimes a voice going over. So they're looking into that and going to work into that. A lot of times you do these software updates, they give you far more features, but sometimes those features can be annoying. I understand that. So we're looking into that and hopefully improving that. So thank you, Jessica, for your comment there. Yeah, Richie, same thing. I got you. We're working on that. Okay, their engineers are aware of that, working on that. Okay, but let's keep the comments clean. Okay, thank you. Hello, Karen from Hayesville. Yep, we got you covered here watching. Soddy Daisy, we're watching that right there. Rain, thunder, and lightning. And again, it's we're keeping an eye on that if there's a new warning issue there for Soddy, but we're watching. Richie, I got you. They're looking into that. So hopefully that's just a temporary issue. Okay. But I appreciate you watching though. Okay. All right, I appreciate you, man. All right, there we go. Speaking of Soddy Daisy, and so what we're talking about, now we're seeing this new advisory issued. Again, this is just below a severe thunderstorm warning. That's a special weather statement out till 7:45 Eastern. That includes, of course, Soddy, Sale Creek, Snow Hill, Riceville until 7:45 Eastern. Wind gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour, along with very heavy rain and lightning. And again, that risk for some very heavy rain with that. Some minor flooding going on. Yeah, that's just below a severe thunderstorm warning. Abby in Dayton. Well, in Dayton, that's sliding just south of you. There's still lightning nearby in Dayton, but notice how that storm is just to the south of you across the county line into Sale Creek. So in Dayton, things are improving a little bit. Again, still be where the lightning risk, but not quite as bad. We'll continue to watch that. And again, from Red Bank, Signal Mountain, heavy rain, lightning there. Let's watch, keep an eye on that. And again, this morning out to 7:30 over Cherokee and Clay County. This is round 2 in Cherokee, and both Cherokee and Clay had that first one roll by. Here's the second line. Again, some strong gusts upwards of 60, very heavy rain, and a big lightning threat there right along the Cherokee and Clay County line. Crosses down into North Georgia as well, down near Blairsville. And over our part of the viewing area in Fannin and Gilmer, strong line of storms just northwest of Ellijay, just west of Blue Ridge. Again, that's a line forming. There are special weather statements out. These beige polygons, again, not a warning situation, but still, I want you to know that's still a strong storm out to 7:15, that statement. And farther east, same thing. Wind gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour possible. And again, very heavy rain and lightning with that. Again, Dalton, things are improving for the moment. Ringgold, things have improved. Same thing at Cohata. We'll just keep an eye on this next round coming in as it slides south and east. So you're not done quite yet. But over the next hour or so, we'll keep an eye on what happens with this line coming down from the north and west. Again, this warning over northern parts of Marion and southern Sequatchie out till 7:15, roughly the next 13 minutes. Melanie, as I've said it a couple of times during this, no, the tornado threat is very low with this situation. As always, we're watching, but this is more of a damaging wind gust, heavy rain, lightning scenario. But that's probably why you haven't seen any post about that, because that tornado threat is very low. Kathy, for you in Spring City, things are improving quite a bit. In fact, everybody northern part of the viewing area, there's still going to be some ongoing showers and thunder, but the severe threat's kind of getting lower. You might still have some lightning around and loud claps of thunder, but most of the stronger storms are now shifting to the south and not so much to the north. And there's a broad overview. And notice again, if you draw a line, let's see, right in here, kind of like this. All right. All of these areas have improved. So west of the plateau, things have improved. And everything now shifting more toward the east and southeast. They're kind of generally moving in this direction. And it's right along a cold front. So let me plot that front on there for you. So again, that's roughly the front right in here. So this is why tomorrow's not going to be nearly as hot. So no storms tomorrow, not as hot, not as humid tomorrow. So things drastically change tomorrow. Take a few other storm cams here, live cams, TDOT cams. Let's go back to 24. Let's look at our storm cams. Trying to show you a couple of live cams here. This is our live cam view from Jasper Highlands. So that's looking back to the west. You can see the Tennessee River in the background. So that line is now just approaching that area from the north and west. So more heavy rain about to move in there. So you see the darkening sky and the showers in the background, the wind kind of picking up there. That's right at the point there at Jasper Highlands. Let's show you a couple of other cameras here. That's the only one with activity currently on. Look at this one. Is that the Rock City cam? Oh, that's a good one. This is from Rock City. That is looking, if you're looking out Leversley back to the north and northwest, well, you can see that that thunderstorm right there sweeping across that part of Hamilton County to the north. That's up towards Sequoia. Yeah, that's up near Harrison, Middle Valley area. You can see it way off in the distance here, and you're looking down over North Georgia. At the bottom part of your screen, then at the top, you can see that line of storms moving by. There's the shelf cloud there and the leading edge. It always looks scary, but the shelf cloud just represents the leading edge. And you get back to where it's a little bit lower there, lowering ceiling with the heavy downpours of rain. Good view there. Look how fast the low clouds are moving. Yeah, that's a live look from Rock City at Leversley, looking off to the north and northeast off the brow there. All right, new warning just issued here for Franklin County. There's a storm just to the southwest of Suwanee over near Winchester. That's going to be out till 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern, of course, for the next hour. Severe thunderstorm located near Timms Ford Lake, 7 miles west of Winchester, moving southeast at 20. 60-mile-an-hour gusts, along with very heavy rain and lightning with that storm as it moves to the southeast, roughly at about 20 miles an hour. So that's where this is going to be moving. Now, again, where I'm plotting for Orem, you already got rain and storms to your north, but we're tracking this right here. So Rockledge, Sherwood, Orem, all of these are Central Time. Orem just before 7 Central as that storm moves in. But you got storms north of you. You'll probably catch rain and lightning from that, and then again in about 45 minutes from the north and west. Now we got downpours approaching downtown. Up to Red Bank, up to Soddy Daisy, very heavy rain. Same thing back to Jasper and Whitwell. All moving to the east and southeast. So you know the storm cam view. That's looking back over Lookout. You can see it coming in from the westerly direction. So downtown about to get some downpours there. It's a good looking view there, but awfully ominous, of course, with the rain. It's the second round of rain and storms coming in. You get the main threats, rain, of course, heavy downpours, lightning, and some strong wind gusts accompanying that. Let's check one other one here. That's at the Edwin. We looked at that one. Dalton, things are improving there. Oh, here we go. This is looking back over AT&T Field where they're gradually dismantling it. You see the downpours coming down there in the camera lens. So heavy rain, you can see all across the Ojati Bridge back over the North Shore. The Whitehall building way in the background there. Stringer's Ridge. So very heavy rain for the second round approaching downtown. Camera shaking just a little bit with the wind. There's another look at Jasper Highlands. Wind picking up there as that line of storms approaches that part of Marion. Way off to the west, you're looking way back in the background, Sunshine's return over far western Marion. But right there at Pat's Summit at Jasper Highlands, a very strong wind gust there. And then, of course, let's go back to this one. So it's a good time just to be inside when these storms moving by. Let's see a few other these storm cams. TDOT cams. We'll look at those as activity starts to move in. So here we go. Heavy downpours of rain all on the North Shore up to Stewart Heights, Dallas Heights, Red Bank, Hickson area. There you go. It's kind of curling around Hickson, but it's going to get to you. It's right over the dam now with heavy rain. Harrison kind of curling around. We're about to get downpours. You're going to hear it on our rooftop here in just a second. As that band moves in. Soddy Daisy, Lakeside, heavy rain, lightning to Snow Hill. Again, it's below severe levels, but just stay inside. That lightning risk is bad enough. Georgetown, Birchwood there. Noisy with lightning, but below severe levels. Calhoun, heavy downpours, but staying just south of Athens. Cleveland, you got more rain incoming. You can see it coming here from Snow Hill. Coming out of Hamilton, making its way to the east. So another round coming in, though it's not severe, but still lightning risk. You should stay inside. Let's go to the east a bit. That warning has expired for Cherokee. Okay, so Cherokee is now out of that, but as it shifts to the east, Clay, that severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 7:30, roughly the next 15 minutes or so. So time to stay inside, let that storm move by. All right. So this storm here, which had the advisory on it, now prompted a warning for Ellijay and Blue Ridge as it's coming through the mountains here. That severe thunderstorm warning out until 8 Eastern, which includes Blue Ridge, East Ellijay, and Ellijay. So it includes neighboring counties, not just Fannin and Gilmer, but also Lumpkin and Dawson County. So at 7:11, a few moments ago, severe thunderstorm near Cherry Log, or just southwest of Blue Ridge, moving east at 20. Main hazard being 60-mile-an-hour wind gust and even some penny-sized hail potential with that. There's that storm right there from Blue Ridge to Ellijay, moving east at 20, right along Highway 76 there through the mountains. Beautiful view there, but slow going. In those valley pockets, you can get some stronger gust. And, of course, the washout with very heavy rain coming down from the higher elevations. So Dalton, Varnell, Ellijay, things are better, but Ringgold, you have more rain coming your way. The rain has now reached the 75-24 split. Heavy downpours just north of Ooltewah, the Snow Hill. That over to Lakeside and Soddy Daisy. So, again, pretty loud, pretty noisy, but just below severe levels. And heavy downpours downtown, across Missionary Ridge, Rossville, just north of Fort Oglethorpe. Right along Highway 27, Highway 2, right through there. Let's see. I'm trying to pull up a TDOT cam here. So this is I-24 Cummings Highway going around Lookout. There you go. So you can see pretty heavy rain in that area. That's I-24 near Cummings Highway. So traffic moving, but again, pretty slow and definitely take it easy out there. I'll show you a couple of views here in our StormCam 9 view, which you can see at newschannel9.com. You can access it on your computer as well. There's downtown. You can see the heavy downpours of rain. Looks to be on the south side coming in. Now the rain here on our rooftop here. Take a look at this one. From Lover's Leap, you can see the downpours getting a little closer there. Basically right along the state line. This is Lover's Leap looking back toward the east and northeast. There's rain showing up in the valley there. Heavy downpours. The wind's already picking up here at Jasper Highlands still. And this is obscure view. This is from Common Spirit Memorial Hospital looking back down on Dodds Avenue. Actually, that's over the Glenwood area. You can see a blinking light every now and then with traffic, but boy, you can't see a thing. Whiteout conditions, a little bit of a breeze there. You can see the trees at the bottom part of the screen. It's a little breezy there. It looks to be looks like an emergency vehicle going by. That's right around Dodds to the Dodds Glenwood area near Chamberlain Boulevard. So it looks back toward the south from Common Spirit. And again, the rain seems to be easing just a bit on the North Shore. Looking over toward the North Shore from just across the river. So as you can see, deep red indicating very heavy downpours of rain. Lightning, but not a severe situation. Saying just below severe levels, which is good. Hope it stays that way. But it's already reached Camp Jordan, East Brainerd, Hamilton Place area. Heavy rain here, Soddy Daisy, Lakeside, Snow Hill, approaching the county line with Bradley. So heavy downpours in Cleveland. You got more heavy rain coming your way. This is to be more of a rainy situation than severe, but we'll watch that. Okay. Everything north, things are improving a bit. Still a little noisy. Sale Creek, Dayton, Decatur, Spring City, but this is a lot weaker. So it seems to be the strongest is now kind of shifting to the south a bit. Let's go back over the warnings here that we have ongoing. This is over Franklin County. That storm going up the mountain there. So from Winchester, that part of Franklin, out till 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern Time. Wind gusts of 60 and heavy downpours of rain possible. And again, this large cluster of storms, I'll point it out here, just creating a racket from basically Tracy City to Whitwell to Jasper. And this is sort of it's going to make an extended period of time for heavy downpours of rain in the city. So below severe levels, but still you could occasional wind gusts of 40 to 50, very heavy rain, lots of lightning as it makes its way to the south and east. And across North Georgia, we've had some areas right on the state line impacted, but we're going to start seeing more and more areas down here start to pick up in the coverage a bit as these storms start dropping down in advance to this front, down to the south and east. So notice how these are kind of feeding into this line. That line itself, once they get caught up with the line, they'll start trending more in that general direction to the east and southeast. So again, across Catoosa, things are picking back up again. Eventually, more areas of Walker, not just the area near Rossville, and more areas of Dade, Jackson, and DeKalb as that moves to the south and east. Let me send one message here. Making sure, yeah, we're aware of that loud tone on the alert tone on air and trying to address that. Okay, so we're working on that for you folks. It's just a new feature on there that keeps popping up, and we'll get that addressed. All right, so 2 warnings local, actually 3, including Clay County here, although that's now moved east of Hayesville and should expire soon. So things in Hayesville and Clay County still noisy, not too bad. And then this one right here is right, boy, that's right there between Blue Ridge and LJ. And the way it kind of bows out here, you got some strong wind gusts with that. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, you got some nasty gusts in there, just east of LJ now. Watch this in just a velocity point of view. Pop that back up there. Boy, you see that line going through right there. This is really strong gusts right along US Highway 76 there. That part of Fannin and Gilmer. That warning is out until the top of the hour, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Wind gusts of 60, heavy rain and lightning. All the others back here, these are awfully noisy. Same thing around the city. We just had this pass over the studio. It was raining, breezy, but not too windy. But all these are below severe levels, but still with the lightning risk, time to just stay inside for a while. Snow Hill to Cleveland, all these are below severe levels, just a bit noisy. And now we've got the warning, of course, expired over Marion. And now it's been, down to an advisory, a special weather statement, but still, that means you can still have wind gusts upwards of 40 to 50. So it's below severe levels, but still a little windy. Huge lightning threat and heavy downpours of rain out till 6:45 local time, 7:45 Eastern. So again, downtown, we got another batch of rain coming in. It's mainly rain and lightning for the most part. Then, of course, we have this warning here with that line of storms approaching Sherwood over around Winchester, that part of Franklin County, that severe thunderstorm warning out until 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central Time. And things starting to percolate a bit over Jackson County. Downpours and lightning near Scottsboro. They're not severe yet. Same thing along the Georgia state line, just south of Rising Fawn, right along the DeKalb line. Now we're starting to see more activity going to start picking up, moving south of Fort Oglethorpe, south of Rossville. And now Ringo getting ready to have more heavy rain come your way. Again, it's not severe, but it's going to slow traffic down. Lots of lightning with it. And same thing up to Soddy Daisy. Red Bank, Soddy Daisy is very noisy. Back up to up and over Signal Mountain, down into the Palace Crossroad area. It's just mainly a lot of rain and lightning with that. So, very least, it's cooling things down. You see quite a change in temperature. I'll show you this. This is currently the temperatures. Pop up there momentarily. So you can see there's about a 20-degree difference between who's not had rain and who has had rain. So there's a huge benefit with that. But of course, when it's this hot, you could get a lot of fuel with the storms. And a lot of times stronger wind gusts can be the potential. Also a lot of lightning. So again, there's definitely a cooling effect there. And again, some areas are still baking with a very high heat index. I mean, look at Fort Payne and Rome. Storms are just north of them, but 104, 106. Some areas are as high as 112 today. Hope not 112. That'd be too high. But anyway, it was extremely high today, but tomorrow these levels are not going to be an issue. Okay, it's going to be a lot better situation. Still check out the storm reports. Not too many locally yet, which is good. Hopefully it stays that way. Again, severe thunderstorm watch out area wide. I know that Franklin, Grundy, Jackson, DeKalb not in the watch, but you still have storms. But that watch out till 10 o'clock, roughly just the next 2.5 hours. And I think by then a lot of this will be gone. So not an all-night situation. Okay. Not all night. And then you can see the line of storms itself extending down right about here. And it's all moving southeast. All moving that direction like that. So that's where it's moving. Again, the local warnings. Now, Eastern Clay, most of that storm is now moved away from Hayesville, so that's good. So we got this one right over Blue Ridge and LJ. That's severe thunderstorm warning there. And severe thunderstorm warning over Franklin County. All the other advisories are below severe levels, but still be aware of some strong gusts, heavy rain, lots of lightning. Basically, this is the second round moving through those areas. But again, not as severe as once was, which is good. And just to show you on our future track, I'll show you two of them. Let's go to the high-res model first. I want to see if that's changed any. This updates every hour, so back it up a second. So around 8:15, things, the southerly shift continues, and notice by like 11 o'clock midnight, things are a lot quieter. So they're going to lose their steam over the next couple of hours. That's a good thing. But overnight, again, things are quieter. So that's according to the high-res model. And again, our in-house model, about the same thing. Let's see if it's gone through an update yet. That's around 9:30. So about 2 hours from now, things will be shifting more to the south, okay? More to the south, a little less to the north over the next 2 hours. And then by midnight, hardly anything left. A few showers, that's about it. But take a look at this. This is tomorrow morning. You got upper 60s and low 70s. Now you got that breeze coming from the north. That's going to be really good. And tomorrow afternoon, I mean, high of 90. It's August after all. That's pretty normal. But look at this. Very dry. That northerly breeze coming in. Some of the higher elevations are going to be noticeably cooler. Barely low 80s showing up. And again, with low humidity, it's going to feel a lot better. So tomorrow, no storms, no heat index, and nowhere near as hot as far as the air temperature. So three big benefits there. And then tomorrow night, Wednesday morning, look at this. You got temperatures down to the 60s. So a nice, comfortable start Wednesday. And the rest of the day, Wednesday, I mean, heat's back up, but still not too humid. Upper 80s, low 90s. So 2 days coming up where things are not a problem. It's just the Monday that is bad. I think our next best chance of storms after tonight will be Friday night. It's just on a scattered basis, but with football games kicking off Friday night, we'll be watching that for late afternoon, early evening, any pregame activities for Friday. Keep in mind some storms are possible, so keep that in mind. So again, let's take a look at it. Storms now starting to move a little farther south or parts of Walker. So from Kensington, north of Kensington over the Cooper Heights area, Chickamauga, heavy rain, nothing severe, but heavy rain. Occasional lightning around Ringgold. It's noisy, Ringgold, but it's not severe. Larger cluster of heavy rain right along the White Oak Mountain area. Really lots of lightning there right along the Bradley-Hamilton border back to Snow Hill. You know, still watching this cluster of strong storms coming down off the mountain, but still that's not severe. But this portion right here, Northern Marion, let's keep an eye on that. Northern Marion down into Franklin County, that's still a pretty strong storm there. So heads up in Orem, South Pittsburgh, as this storm exits out of that polygon warned area in Franklin County and moves farther off to the east, it's yet another potentially strong storm right over the northwestern corner of Marion, right near Mont Eagle, and on the southeast side of Mont Eagle coming down. I'm sure traffic is pretty slow there. That storm moves through. Take a look at any wind gusts here with the you can see it's mainly a straight line wind gust situation. Again, this warning out for parts of Franklin out for about 45 more minutes. It's going to outpace that polygon on the leading edge. So let's see what happens for the rest of Marion. But Marion County heads up. That crosses the county line. Eventually the state line in Jackson County. But we'll watch that for Mont Eagle and Suwannee. Very, very heavy rain. A lot of lightning there. South of Tracy City, but South Pitt, you got another storm coming your way. There it is. They just updated it. No shocker there. There it is. A new severe thunderstorm warning out from Marion County. We just mentioned Orem, South Pittsburgh. That's out at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central Time. And again, you're watching that line of storms right there. This is the text from the warning. Severe thunderstorm warning for a storm located just southeast of Cohen and northwest of Bridgeport, moving southeast at 25. 60-mile-an-hour gust and penny-sized hail possible, along with very heavy rain and lots of lightning. Again, that's moving southeast at 25 miles an hour. So that's a brand new warning for that part of Marion, specifically the southwestern corner of Marion County. We're just talking about it. And there they go, issuing the warning. That goes back into Franklin County right there, crossing into Marion County right here. That same storm moving in. So that's moving southeast at 25. So let's do just a quick tracker on that and understand where this is tracking into. You already have rain occurring. But I'm just showing you where the next potential storm line comes in from. So there we go. So again, all these areas is already raining, but for Orem and South Pittsburgh, especially in that warning, Orem around 6:46 Central. Yeah, the top of the hour, South Pittsburgh, right where that polygon ends. So right near the top of the hour in the next 25, 30 minutes, it's going to be raining first, but you're going to get that potential line. Yeah, some stronger wind gusts with it coming out of Franklin County moving your way. So that shows you the time of arrival even towards Bryant and Jackson County. Right in here. Just a little under an hour away. So that moves in. And again, very heavy rain, but this line that basically stretches from south of Cleveland down around Chickamauga, north of Dalton, and in around Ringgold, right along 75 and just to the east. It's not a severe line, although it is providing heavy downpours of rain and lightning, so it's a big threat just to stay inside. Ringgold, very heavy rain. Over to the Boynton area. Or back toward the battlefield. That'll be approaching Tunnel Hill. Dalton, you'll have more rain coming your way from the northwest. You've been clearing out now, but more rain coming in. And the strongest area now is this cluster right here. It's this large storm. I know you can focus on the polygons here, but if you look at the storm itself, it's really right in here. All that area right there. That's it right there, moving south and east. That's got the wind gust potential, heavy rain. Notice all the lightning there from Mont Eagle to Suwannee, right along the county line. So we got more heavy rain coming into Marion, eventually on into Hamilton as well. There's an overview of the entire area. Look at the TDOT cams. So I was trying to show you some TDOT cams where it's slowing traffic down. Yeah, I believe this is, I'm going to show you is I-24. This is top Mont Eagle at the way station. So a lot of trucks just pulling over. But that again is at Mont Eagle. So you can see just on the far left-hand corner, lower corner, you can see the traffic moving along I-24, but a lot of the trucks are just going to wait it out. I'll go back to our storm cams for a second. All those cameras have improved. No active weather there. Let's check the outage map, EPB. We were checking the EPB outage map, which had about 3,500 people without power. Let's see where it stands now. It's increased just a little bit. I'll let you take a look at that. And you can see it's the number just under 4,000 people affected. Large cluster there just southwest of Cleveland, not into Bradley County. But orange dots represent where they're en route, and you got the blue indicating repairs are in progress. So they're out there in the elements trying to get your power restored. So they're always doing a great job as always. But 74 different outages mentioned, affecting about 4,000 people. So it's having an impact for sure. Very disruptive with these storms. So again, got this advisory for more storms coming out of Marion County. That'll be, I'm sure, updated with time. That was the one that was from a while ago. And then the severe thunderstorm warning now for that southwestern corner of Marion for Orem and South Pittsburgh. Out to the top of the hour, that storm comes off Mud Eagle and down to the south and east. So Kimball, I believe you're in that too. Wind gusts up to 60, heavy rain and penny-sized hail. And that storm does extend back into Franklin County. And now it's starting to pick up in parts of Jackson County. So heavy rain around South Pittsburgh and Scottsboro especially. And now across Walker County. None of this is severe, but rain, lightning, picking up around Ringgold, Tunnel Hill, just northwest of Dalton over to Rocky Face. And here we go in Cleveland. Just a heavy rain, loud claps of thunder with the vivid lightning. And then moving east of there along 64 into Polk County. And that line of storms that prompted the warning from Blue Ridge to Ellijay is kind of blown on by. It's now east of Blue Ridge, east of Ellijay. Still raining and a lot of lightning there, but that polygon that's about to expire, that's all now shifting outside the viewing area to the far eastern corner of Gilmer and far southern part of Fannin. But for Blue Ridge and Ellijay, the worst part of that's now moving by to your east. And there again, these Ringgold, Rossville, these are really, Fort Oglethorpe, loud in nature. Got some gusts with it, but below severe levels. But just, time to stay inside. It's going to help cool things off, but just don't like that lightning risk. And I'll point out as we move to the north a bit, notice how areas north of the city, up in here, still some pockets of downpours, but improving greatly. So you go north and west of the plateau, things have improved. Everything's now shifting south and east. But what it's doing now is really picking up in coverage over parts of Georgia and Alabama as it shifts in that general direction. I'll point out the where the front is. So there's the cold front. Right there. So north of the cold front toward Nashville, things are clearing out. But where we are, it's just so hot and humid south and east of the front. It's just generating the storms. It's been a little more active to our north and east when an upper level trough moved on by. So Knoxville, the Tri-Cities had to deal with this feature, which brought even stronger storms there. And still you can see some green indicating where flash flood warnings continue because of the slow movement of the storms. That was also closer to the area of low pressure. So a little more energy to our north, and we're dealing more with the trailing edge of the front. The problem here is this time of year, these fronts do not move fast. Now they drop to the southeast very, very slowly. Eventually, September, October, they'll pick up in speed and bring us all the cooler days. It always happens. It will. It always does. But that's where that front exists right now. The reason why it's still very humid out there. The storms are still firing up. That added lift with the heat makes it more easy to develop the storms. And there you go for about a little over the next 2 hours. Severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect, large part of our viewing area. I do anticipate by 10 o'clock, a lot of this will start moving out. And that shows you the overview current situation. Strongest storm locally is that one right there. South of Mont Eagle, parts of Marion, parts of Franklin. And this large line, Lafayette to just northwest of Dalton near Rocky Face, up to Cleveland. It is a loud noisemaker, but just below severe levels. And this one, which is a stronger line, is now about to exit out of Gilmer and Fannin. And things have improved quite a bit over Cherokee and Clay, though you're going to have that line come in to bring you more heavy rain and lightning. But there you can see all that heavy rain moving in. Got some occasional wind gusts within that line. Even a gust 30 to 40 that's not severe because you'll bring down a tree or a limb. So be aware of that. Really noisy around Ringgold. Same thing Varnell. Same thing Tunnel Hill. Slow moving traffic on 75. Rock Spring to Lafayette, heavy rain. Trenton getting a downpour, though not too severe. Now you've got a little bit of advisory here for Jackson and DeKalb County. Actually, just Jackson County. See this storm coming out? What these warnings are for Franklin and Marion. Here's just an advisory, just a heads up for that northeastern corner of Jackson, saying, hey, heads up. Strong storm incoming toward Bridgeport, Long Island, even Stevenson. Wind gusts upwards of 45 to 50 miles an hour. Heavy rain, lots of lightning. So be aware of that. Man, there's a big storm there. Let's check the wind potential there. Stands from Tracy City to Mont Eagle, down about Orem. Yeah, strong gust right in there. And when it starts forming a line like that, it's going to have some stronger gusts with it. So you can see how those cells kind of came together, forming a line right there. And again, around downtown, we're going to have more heavy rain. We're going to watch that cell come out of Marion County. But heads up downstream, the Lookout Valley, Nickajack area, Tiftonia, you have this coming your way with more heavy rain. But everything now north of the city, Soddy Daisy, Dunlap, I mean, there's still rain and lightning around, but things are really improved. It's not too bad at all. Up to Sail Creek, Pikeville, Dayton, occasional lightning, but severe threats winding down. Same thing towards Athens, Inglewood, Calhoun. Things have improved greatly. It's now shifting more south. So south of Calhoun, Tennessee, to about Cleveland or Ocoee. More heavy rain. Second round coming your way in Polk County. Same thing from Varnell, Ringgold, Dalton. Just another cluster of heavy rain coming in. Let's go to our storm cams again. Look at that cam in Dalton. So this is the storm cam view in Dalton right now. You see the lowering of the ceiling there. So that brief clearing that went on Dalton. Now the winds are picking up. So it's about to start raining from the northwest. Ah, saw a bird fly by. And this is the view from Rock City. Low clouds, little fog, and rain obscuring the view there. Oh, let's go back. Here we go. Oh, there you go. That's Jasper Highlands right there. You're right in the middle of that cell. Okay, so you see below my picture here, there's a cell we're watching approaching near Jasper. Now, hold on. Let me move that radar view over a second. Thought I had it on there. Here it is. Okay. So that's what's approaching Jasper Highlands. And now at the bottom part of the screen, you see that storm approaching Jasper, South Pittsburgh. You see the winds really pick up. Now, this is an elevated surface out there at Pat's Summit, but that's some strong gusts there. Wind-driven rain. Lightning. You just saw that on the camera. So we'll hold that view there for a second, but I'll point out on the radar view. This is right where we're watching, right here. So that line's approaching. This is where that severe thunderstorm warning is out for that part of Marion County. That's out till, if you can't read that, it's out till 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. The next 13 minutes. Look at this other radar screen here. Yeah, some of those gusts there, I'm looking at another radar screen about over 40 miles an hour. So that's got some strong gusts coming in. It's right in here. The stronger gusts are just west of South Pittsburgh. So that's what you're seeing here, starting to pick up there on that view from Jasper Highlands. We'll hold this here for a second while that starts to move in. Let's see. We'll widen the view. You can see toward the city. The line approaching the city is not too severe. It's more rain and lightning. This noisy band from Cleveland to Dalton, not severe, but time to stay inside because of the lightning risk and very heavy downpours of rain. But it's good to see that improving. But however, as it starts forming in a line, we'll see what happens as it moves eastward into Murray County. So be aware that the stronger wind gusts can start picking up. LG, the Blue Ridge, the severe threat is now moved out of your area, though more heavy rain coming in on the northern part of Fannin out of Polk County. So very heavy rain. This is looking at Cleveland to Ocoee, down to Varnell, around the city, a lot of lightning, but the intensity of rain kind of breaking up just a bit. And on the storm cam view there, that's from Jasper Highlands. That is as you're looking off the summit there down towards South Pittsburgh and then across the river. So very heavy rain there. And as we watch especially the sway of the tree there, gives you a good example, and especially the higher terrain, how strong those wind gusts are. The radar estimate, the Doppler radar estimate just above the surface has been around 40, 45. So pretty strong gusts. We'll keep an eye on that. But that area is almost basically right underneath that. So as it approaches from the west, because you can still see barely the river, but you can start seeing it come in now from that westerly direction. It's coming in from just to the right of the tree and moving forward. We're going to probably start seeing that disappear a little bit. And that line does extend down into Jackson County. So Stevenson, Bridgeport under an advisory here for the strong wind gust. Right along 72. And across the state line from South Pittsburgh. Keep an eye on the camera view. You can see the lightning strikes, the heavy rain, the wind picking up. And that's what we're focused on right there, where that severe thunderstorm warning remains for South Pittsburgh. This is the area under the warning till the top of the hour. Yeah, we can see we see that bright red right in here. That's where some of those stronger gusts are. So it's around 43 above the surface. So if you can't see that on the screen too well, that's wind gusts about 43 miles an hour. Let's go ahead. That's going to be view. Did we lose it? There we go. So again, what you're seeing on the storm cam view is a storm right here, moving in, coming in from the west. And you're looking at it from an elevated spot. I believe that's at Pat's Summit there, right on Jasper Highlands. This is roughly around 1,800 feet. So probably about 900 feet above the valley floor there. So you see the rain picking up and the wind. And again, that's facing west. So it's going to be picking up those wind gusts coming in. All right, because of the same line, got a new warning out for Northwest Georgia. Okay. National Weather Service, Peachtree City being proactive here. So that line from the storms that you're watching right there in South Pittsburgh and Jasper Highlands is moving south and east. So what it's done is it's prompted a warning here for Dade and portions of Walker County. Your alert tone probably just went off. Severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Walker and all of Dade County till 8:30 Eastern. Okay, that storm, this is the storm over South Pittsburgh now. So it's not over Dade and Walker yet, but it's over South Pittsburgh now. It is moving southeast around 35 miles an hour, 60-mile-an-hour gust, and penny-sized hail possible. So the storm you're watching right here on the Storm Cam 9 is the one approaching Dade and Walker County, northwestern part of Walker County, prompted a new severe thunderstorm warning out till 8:30. So that is moving east at 35. So let's do a quick track on here. So if you can see on the screen here, it'll be near Ringgold around 8:47, East Brainerd 8:34. And look at the intensity of the rain there picking up. So you're looking right where this warned storm is. So again, the new warning for Dade and Walker is because of this storm over South Pittsburgh. This is what you can anticipate it with it moving in. Again, the velocity scans on the Doppler just west of that area has been around 40, 45. But again, it's got the potential of producing gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour and very heavy rains. You're looking at an elevated view from Jasper Highlands, looking back to the west. So the part of the storm you can see with my cursor on the radar view is right there, right over South Pittsburgh. So it's got that initial gust front from the storm. You see the lightning there. Numerous strikes showing up on our radar view here as well. So you can see right where that storm is. We'll hold the view there, right there. But again, for you folks in Walker and Dade County with your alert radios going off or getting that indication from the Storm Track 9 app, your warning is because of this storm moving over South Pittsburgh right now. That's the reason why you have a warning. I'm going to show you just another camera view real quickly, okay? Let me pull up one of our other camera views here. Let's get the downtown view. All right, let's go out to the radar view a second so you can see it's a little bit bigger. So the severe thunderstorm warning out for Dade and Walker, okay? This warning out till 8:30. It's not because of that storm from Trenton over to the Cove area. It's not that. Okay, it's the one that's over South Pittsburgh now. It's because of this storm. It's because of that storm right there coming out of Marion County, from Jasper to South Pittsburgh, over to Orem, down to Stevenson. There's an advisory here out for this part of Jackson County along Highway 72, and then a severe thunderstorm warning out for Dade and the far northwestern corner of Walker. So it's not the current activity for you in Walker, it's what's coming your way from the north and west. That's a strong wind gust potential there. Okay. A lot of rain and lightning from Lafayette to around Dalton. Not severe in nature, but still dropping south and east. And again, just stay inside, let that one pass by. And this is round 2 of the heavy rain and lightning. But again, no warnings or advisories with this. It's very noisy. We understand that, but not severe. I didn't want to leave any of these areas out. We're kind of just focused on where the warnings are at the time. Most of Polk County, over to around Copper Hill, very heavy rain. That's about to sink southward into Fannin County. It's sort of like round 3 of heavy rain for you in Fannin. And sort of the third round approaching Eton to Crandall to Chatsworth, over to around Fort Mountain. So right on the Whitfield-Murray County line, heavy rain and lightning with that one. Again, warnings have expired across Cherokee and Clay and that far eastern area of Gilmer. And Fannin is about to expire there. Let's move away from Elgin and Blue Ridge. And again, the warning for Dade and Walker is due to that storm that's right over South Pittsburgh. And now heading east-southeast across the state line. Let me pull back up the camera there at Jasper Highlands. There you can see the strong wind gusts continue there. You can see on the storm cam. Let me go to my back to the radar view. Let me get that camera back up there. There we go. And the storm we're watching is right. Notice the cursor right there, obscuring the view. But again, that's headed to the southeast. There's the lightning heading southeast towards Dade and Walker. So heads up, Lookout Valley, Nickajack Lake area. As it moves south and east, same thing across northern Jackson County. There's an advisory, no warning with that. They might upgrade that along 72. So Stevenson, Bridgeport, heads up. Again, a lot of lightning with that. Heavy downpours of rain and quite a bit of wind gusts with that potential. And you're seeing the storm cam to the right of me on the screen, and you can see right there where we're watching, right there. Hey, buddy, you doing okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh, doing okay. Just tracking a few storms here.
Yep.
So it hasn't changed dramatically there. It's kind of the same situation with the wind and the rain there and the lightning going on, but still a pretty nasty storm moving up. Ooh, there it is. More lightning. You can see it shows up on our radar view. Quite a few lightning strikes there. So it moves south and east. Again, everything north and west, things are improving quite a bit. So if you go from northwest of Mount Eagle, north of Tracy City, Altamont, Pikeville, Dunlap, you're all good. It's rain and lightning, but it's not too bad. All right, now, the warning expired in Marion County because we're at the top of the hour. Does not mean the threat has ended yet. Let's see if there's an extension to this advisory. Okay, we do know that they've now extended that warning into Dade and Walker because of that storm line moving in. So what I'm going to do is take the camera off here for a second. All right. You can see the radar better, and we're going to do a tracker on this particular part of the storm. So again, the warning over Dade and Walker right there is because of this storm. So here's a rough estimate here. Whiteside area, 7:10. Whiteside, that's Central Time. 7:10 Central, local time. All the rest of these are Eastern. So Trenton around 8:20. Chattanooga around 8:26. Next 25 minutes. This next round comes in. Trenton, what did I say? 8:22. Okay. East Ridge 8:36. And toward Kensington, that's outside that warning polygon, closer to 9 o'clock. So again, we're tracking that line of storms right here as it moves south and east. This is what we call the bacon tracker because it looks like bacon, and it tracks the storms for you. But that's what we're looking for there. So there's your timeline. It goes Whiteside Central, and you move into Eastern time. Very strong wind gust, heavy rain, lightning being the main threats with that storm. Again, until 8:30, that severe thunderstorm warning out for all of Dade and that northwestern part of Walker County till 8:30 Eastern. All right, one more view of the EPB power outage map. And you can see numbers come down a bit, just under 3,000 now. So it's down about 1,000 from where it was before. So they're all out and about, out in the elements. Brave men and women there, the crew. I appreciate everything they do, and they're trying to get their power restored back as quickly as possible. So that's where it stands right now. I had someone asking about Saudi Daisy. Saudi Daisy's better. Okay. You're not dealing with the strong stuff right now. Still hearing a lot of thunder, I'm sure, but you're much better. Okay. Here's the view on our Storm Cam 9 downtown. So some downpours there, raindrops on the camera lens, but not much wind right now, which is good. Let's look at this Rock City. Here's Dalton. Got downpours there. You see the flags blowing just a little bit of a breeze, but not too strong. Some of the trees there in the median. So a steady breeze with the rain. Windy and rainy, occasional lightning there in Dalton, but not under a warning in Dalton, which is good. Here again is Jasper Highlands. I've been watching. Lightning, heavy downpours continue. And you can see on the Storm Cam 9 from the DoubleTree, looking back over AT&T Field, you can look over the far, or just on our Storm Cam network logo where the clouds and the rain start to pick back up again. So a brief reprieve before the rain starts again. So again, if you look at this kind of serpentine-shaped line that kind of meanders its way back from Lafayette to Dalton, Chatsworth, to about Copper Hill, right on the state line. It's this heavy rain, lightning, but it's staying below severe levels, but still watch for ponding on roadways, beware that lightning risk. But other than being noisy, not severe. So the strongest storm locally at the moment is that one right there over South Pittsburgh. The warning has ended in South Pittsburgh, which is good. They did not extend it, which means the severity may be coming down just a bit. But still, the warning continues for that very same storm till the bottom of the half hour across Dade and parts of Walker. Let's go back to the velocity scan, check some of the wind gust potential there. Yeah, seems to be now the wind has shifted to the south a bit. So right along Stevenson to Bridgeport, this is where the stronger gusts are, where that bright red is right there. That's been right around that 40-mile-an-hour range. So you can see it shifted from South Pittsburgh and now down to the south a bit over Jackson County and about to go into northwestern Dade. So right along Sand Mountain there. And let's go down Sand Mountain a bit. Scottsboro, and then approaching Sand Mountain from the Tennessee River. So we've got this large storm that really blew up here near Scottsboro. That is headed to the east, that portion to that area of Sand Mountain just to the west of Fort Payne. So that is a special weather statement there. Out till 7:45 local time. That's 8:45 Eastern. You could have wind gusts upwards of 45 to 50. Heavy rain, and again, a lot of lightning. These are areas that have yet to see the rain and storms so far, so it's still really hot there. Everybody else kind of cooled down a bit, but this is still feeding off that fuel. And let's see, does that include Jackson County this morning here? That's over near New Hope. No, that's in Marshall and Madison counties. It's just outside, just southwest of Scottsboro, but still, that's part of a line, kind of a broken line that says from Scottsboro down 72 and then south and west down to Arab and areas over Marshall County and not far from Albertville area. But that storm there near Scottsboro, moving east from Langston, across the Tennessee River, and then over Sand Mountain to about Fife, Rainsville area. So be aware, heads up from Henniger, southward this part of Sand Mountain, around the DeKalb, Jackson County line. You've got heavy rain, lightning, and strong wind gusts coming your way. It's going to cool you down, but beware of that lightning risk. So there's the overview of the entire viewing area. We're starting to see more of a southerly shift in everything. Okay, so everything north of the city now, once we get rid of, once that line of storms, it no longer is effective as it moves out of Marion County. Once we kind of move away from that, everything north and west of the city is improving. There's no more redevelopment. I think everybody north of the city, from Soddy to Sail Creek to Dayton, Spring City, Pikeville, Dunlap, you're good. Okay. Rain, you're still hearing claps of thunder, but the severe stuff's moving away from you. Okay. And from the city, once we see this, what's left of this move through, then things start to improve in the city. So we got one more round to move by. Same thing across Northwest Georgia, one more round, but this one's about to exit to the southeast as long as it doesn't redevelop anything strong. Calhoun, you got heavy rain coming your way. Southern part of Walker, Dalton, again, over to around the state line, the Tennessee-North Carolina border. It's very loud, a lot of lightning and thunder, but it's below severe levels. So that's good. And we're keeping an eye on that storm, prompting that warning a day to Walker for the next half hour if it holds together. It looks like the strongest wind gusts again are in northern parts of Jackson, moving south and east. Yeah, a lot of y'all are saying the thunder is loud. It is. These are noisy storms for sure. Anytime it gets really this hot, the storms tend to have more lightning with it because these storms grow to greater heights. You know, you get that tremendous amount of heating and they just build way up in the atmosphere, and you get all the static build up, and you get the numerous lightning strikes. And we're seeing that play out so often with some of these that, while not severe, they're extremely noisy. We've had severe storms not be this noisy before. A lot of wind, but not a lot of lightning. That's one thing. Lightning and thunder is not a measure of a severe storm. A severe thunderstorm is the definition is for wind gusts of 58 miles an hour or higher and 1 inch diameter hail about the size of a quarter. Those are the two defining factors of severe thunderstorm. Lightning, not a factor. So they can be extremely noisy without being severe. But it's still bad. It's still loud. It's affecting everybody in your house. Can't go to sleep. Kids get restless. Your pets get restless. All right, that storm approaching Sand Mountain now prompted a warning. So they've gone above the advisory, which you can see under that polygon there, but all the way to Fort Payne, that line of storms coming in, the severe thunderstorm warning now for this part of DeKalb and Jackson County till 8:15 local time. That's roughly the next hour. So again, just to read you the text of the warning here, again, it's that storm near Scottsboro, just east of Scottsboro. Moving towards Section, moving southeast at 20, could have wind gusts of 60. No hail mentioned, but of course, heavy rain, lightning, and wind gusts upwards of 60. So Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife, Powell, Section, Valley Head, Hammondville, all included in this new warning for DeKalb and Jackson County. So that's all forming a whole line here from Henniger to Bridgeport, now just east of Stevenson. Looks like this one's a little weaker, where this was strong over Marion County, a little weaker, but still heavy rain, big lightning producer. But that's what prompted that warning in Dayton and Walker. So we need to watch that. Okay. And then it's really noisy here. Lafayette, Walnut Grove, Villanelle, Dalton, right between Dalton and Chatsworth. Large cluster of lightning there. Ringgold, you're kind of out of it now. That kind of moved on through, so things are improving for you. Crandall, Cisco, Eton, very heavy rain, lightning along 411. Heavy rain, lightning, a lot of it, along 64, crossing into Fannin County. So Blue Ridge, you got more rain and lightning coming your way. But again, all this is below severe levels, although it's extremely loud. But again, all this area north of the city. So I'll point out here, Athens. You still have moderate downpours, occasional lightning, but things are better. Calhoun, same thing. I think Cleveland, same thing. I think the other stronger storms are going to slide south of you in Cleveland. So Saudi, Sale Creek, Pikeville, all these areas vastly improved. The worst now sliding south of you. There is some redevelopment back here west of the plateau, but I think what's happening here is these cells are bumping up against the plateau and getting that little bit of added lift and then kind of flattening out. So it reaches the outer edge of the plateau of the lift and then just kind of glides along the plateau itself. We'll see if they hold together, but I think that's what's happening here. They're all jumping up right as soon as they bump up to the western edge of the plateau. A little added lift. It's called orographic lifting there. So there's Jasper, South Pittsburgh, Whitwell, Bridgeport. Very heavy rain and lightning continuing, and that's dropping now into Dade County. Let's see where the stronger wind gusts are with a velocity scan. Look for the bright red. This is where you're going to see the stronger gusts. Now south is Bridgeport and approaching the state line atop Sand Mountain there. So some strong gusts coming in with that. We're not seeing any tornado threat. Now let's go to this cluster of storms here. This is that prompted that warning. Let's look at the velocity scan here. We'll pause it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You see right there near section? Bright red, very strong wind gusts there. And you can see as it bumps up against Sand Mountain. So you're in the valley in Scottsboro, and there's a little bit added lift there. You're going to get some stronger gusts occurring. So just to give you an idea. Gusts in that 40 to 50 mile an hour range. That part of Sand Mountain. So again, that line right there from section to just south and east of Scottsboro, prompting this warning here. Severe thunderstorm warning for DeKalb and Jackson. More specifically, South Central Jackson and Central DeKalb until 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. Let's give you a brief tracker on that. We'll go all the way to the northern edge of DeKalb. So here's just a brief outline. Again, please note, all these are going to be in Central Time. So Henniger, currently. Rainsville around 7:33. Fife around 7:44. So these are all Central Time. And Fort Payne straight up top of the hour. So Fort Payne about 45 minutes away from reaching you. That's right when this warning expires, I believe. But by that time, that line of storms will be approaching you, descending off Sand Mountain, off Pine Ridge. They're into Fort Payne. So it's watching this line of storms stretching right here, Henniger, down to just not far from Section, moving east over most of Sand Mountain area there. And then eventually that northern edge of that, approaching Walnut Grove in Walker County, around 9:12 Eastern. So again, note Central versus Eastern Time. And again, roughly for the next, that warning has now expired. So, a little good news here. Let's see if they extended an advisory, but Dade, Walker no longer under that warning. As again, this area right here, that storm not quite as strong. It seems the energy is kind of shifted more to the south a bit. So not quite as strong. It still heads up South Pittsburgh and out around Lookout Valley, Tiftonia area. You're going to have a lot of heavy rain, lightning moving your way, but drastically improving from where it once was. And again, no warnings with these. Lafayette, Chatsworth to the east of Dalton. No warnings, but still it's just raining heavily. Just be aware of that, and a lot of lightning with that. So the only warning locally at the moment is that one over DeKalb and Jackson County. Several advisories, but everything's staying just below severe levels. Still pretty noisy out there, though. We are seeing a general shift to the south with everything, which is good. So Rachel saying North Cleveland has thunder so strong it's shaking our house. Yep. And you can see it right there. It's a good. I appreciate you letting us know that. You can see the individual strikes there. Let me pause it. If you are north of Cleveland, you can see that again, it's not severe, but still pop there, pop there. It's still occurring. So it's still going to be pretty noisy, but from a severe, other than being loud, severe standpoint, you're pretty good. Okay. But be aware of that lightning strike and stay inside. But thanks, Rachel, for that update. Melanie wants to say hi to everyone in Whitwell. So there you go. Shout out to Whitwell. Shay Shay says the sky is angry. Indeed it is. Let's take a look at our storm cams here one more time. Here's the view. I'll show it to you. Here's the view from Jasper Highlands, where it's improving from where it was about 30 minutes ago. There you go. So hit play on that. So you can see that things are a little bit calmer. The tree not swaying as much. You can see the fog in the distance. Almost be able to see down into the valley again. So things have improved quite a bit there. So still some rain, still some lightning, but not as bad as it once was. All right, here we go. This is looking back. Lookout Mountain from Lover's Leap. Look way on the left-hand corner of your screen. See the reddish hue to the sky with the sun starting to set just a bit. So I guess some beautiful sky out there a little bit. Maybe some rainbows in some areas where the sun was a little bit higher in angle. Let's see. This shows the sunset a little bit better. Kind of an angry looking sky, which is that line coming in out of Marion County to the north. So you can see right along just above Stringer's Ridge there, the golden sky there. So got a bit of a break downtown, but more rain's coming in. Great view there. And this is the view looking to the south from Common Spirit Memorial Hospital, looking to the south. Dodds Avenue, you see Macaulay, where the viaduct crosses over way in the distance there, and looking the higher peak in the far distance. That's High Top on Lookout Mountain. Missionary Ridge back to your left-hand part of your screen. But as you can see, things, at least the view has improved there a little bit. There's Dalton, still some rain, but overall not too bad in Dalton. The breeze, as judging by the flag there, not too bad. Glistening of the rain on the streets, but traffic moving along okay in Dalton. Heaviest rain starting to move away from you there in Dalton. All right. Well, there's a new advisory just issued there in parts of Walker, parts of Chattooga, parts of Floyd, parts of Gordon. So here's that storm that's near Lafayette right now. Right here. We mentioned Walnut Grove, which is right here, but right along 27 into areas just west of 75. This is a new special weather statement. That means storm is strong between now and 8:45. That storm is moving to the east at 20. Could have wind gusts upwards of 40. Even a little pea-sized hail. A lot of lightning. So Lafayette, Tryon, Resaca, Lafayette. I just mentioned that. Sorry. Naomi, Center Post, Suttles Mill, Villanelle, Sugar Valley, and Everett Springs, all in that advisory area, which includes that far northern part of Floyd County, right where Floyd County Comes right up to the border with Walker. It's that little small sliver where Walker and Floyd border. It's right there. So that against a special weather statement with that line dropping down. Be aware of wind gusts upwards of 40. We'll take a look at the velocity in that around Lafayette. Yeah, the bright red again indicates gusts up close to 40. That's what we're seeing it right there. So yeah, moving just south of Lafayette or the southern part of Walker, strong gust noted there. So do be aware of that. And again, for this storm from Chatsworth to Cisco to Eton, that is one loud storm and very heavy rain accompanying that, especially here in northern parts of western parts of Fannin. Again, there are some strong gusts with that. And again, that's got some terrain lift going on as it goes up those 3,000 and 4,000 foot mountain peaks there with Grassy Mountain and Fort Mountain. So you're going to have some pockets of stronger gusts approaching the slopes there. So it looks like from Chatsworth to about Fort Mountain, where it borders Fannin, is where those stronger gusts are. So the western slopes of the Blue Ridge Mountains there, getting those stronger gusts. Again, no severe storm warnings with those. Just be aware of that. Some strong gusts accompanying that. Very heavy rain, a lot of lightning. And it's starting to trend now more south of 64. They'll probably stay just south of Murphy. But right along 64 and south, so McKaysville getting some heavy downpours again. Same thing towards Blue Ridge. You got another round coming your way. Same thing to Ellijay. I'd say about 8:30 or so, heavy rain coming your way. So another line coming your way with more heavy rain and lightning, but so far below severe levels. It's the far western edge of that line from Lafayette, where that is a little bit stronger. So some strong gusts there. As that moves south and east around 20 over northern parts of Chattooga, right near Tryon, southern parts of Walker, and northwestern Gordon, northern Floyd, and just outside Whitfield County. And we showed the storm cam in Dalton. Still raining in Dalton, though things have improved greatly. And this was once that big storm over Marion, now kind of winding on down a bit. So rain, leftover lightning, thunder. That's why they didn't extend the warning there, which is good. Another big downpour there. Again, is you're getting some added lift on the west side of the plateau. But Tracy City, some downpours. We'll see if that holds together, but so far not a severe situation. And same thing, those that kind of developed on the western edge of the plateau near Altamont and Tracy City, kind of a burst of heavy rain, then just kind of weakened a bit. So we'll see if that one here does the same thing, just east of Mount Eagle. See if it holds together or just falls apart. And again, everybody north of the city, there's still, as someone noted, some house shaking, claps of thunder, but all this is not severe. Just it's mainly a lightning risk, heavy downpours of rain, but again, not a severe situation. Things are better. Things are better. So again, we got this really soaking downpour here. Bless you, man. From Henniger down to Powell. No warning with that part of the storm, but boy, that is a soaker. A lot of lightning with that as well. Let's look at the wind gust potential there in that. Yeah, this would be the strongest gust here. Right along the DeKalb Jackson County line near Powell, strong gusts. So you get that bright red upwards around 40 miles an hour. So very strong wind gusts, heavy rain there on that part of Sand Mountain. And we'll go right in the heart of this polygon here. And you can see approaching Fife to Powell. We can loop that. You see where how the bright red is moving. Shows you where the strongest gusts are. They're basically right along the Jackson-DeKalb County line atop Sand Mountain. So there you go. So where the stronger gusts are accompanying that. Be aware of that. And again, that warning out, which extends all the way to Fort Payne, that is out until 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern, roughly the next 45 minutes. See the status of the severe thunderstorm watch. All right. Okay. Here's some improvement. You want some good news? All of Southeast Tennessee has now been taken out of the severe thunderstorm watch. So there you go. So again, the watch is now expired for Southeast Tennessee. And even though we mentioned Jackson, DeKalb not under the watch, you're still getting storms. So Northwest Georgia's continues for at least the next 90 minutes. And I think before then, it'll be moving out. But again, as we've been saying since this afternoon, not an all-night situation. Just as it moves on through, it'll move on out and ease the severe threat. It's not an overnight situation. Cherokee and Clay no longer under that watch. So again, all of Southeast Tennessee no longer under the severe thunderstorm watch. Always like passing along good news. Let's look at local storm reports. Got one added here. This is in Jackson County. This is just about 12 minutes ago. A tree down in Bridgeport. Okay, so a little damage there. But so far, no other official reports locally. And again, there's quite a bit more. It was quite stormy this afternoon because that hit during the peak heating of the day, Knoxville to the Tri-Cities. But so far, locally, the number of severe storm reports has been a lot lower. And again, one more time, the severe thunderstorm watch has been canceled now. No longer in effect for Southeast Tennessee, nor Cherokee or Clay. It continues for our Northwest Georgia viewing area, roughly the next 90 minutes. But I think, again, by then, most of this is moving out. So not all night long. And again, if you look at the situation right now, it's very noisy from Blue Ridge to just west of Ellijay to Chatsworth, down to northwest of Calhoun and south of Lafayette. But the warning here is for Fort Payne, and this here's a new warning here. Let's go and zoom in on that one. And that's that storms that didn't have a warning on it here. But Peachtree City says, hold on, we're going to issue a warning here. So extreme southern Dade, southwestern Walker, and northwestern Chattooga County. This just issued moments ago. So if you had your alert radio go off for that part of Chattooga, Dade, and Walker, severe thunderstorm warning out till 9:15 Eastern time for the storm. That's near Sulphur Springs, moving southeast at 30. Wind gusts of 60 and penny-sized hail with that as it moves to the southeast again at 30 miles an hour. So again, severe thunderstorm warning out for this part of Dade, Walker, Chattooga. However, for you folks in Lafayette, it's not because of the storms over you now. It's for that. Okay? That's what's prompted the warning for this polygon. This special weather statement polygon was issued because of this storm right here. Okay? Gets a little confusing at times and they overlap. So there you go. Here's estimated time of arrival for those areas under that warning. Fort Payne, we mentioned earlier, I think it's going to be a little bit later there. Let me draw this again, because for Fort Payne, the leading edge of that was going to be around the top of the hour. Let's just draw the edge of that one more time. There we go. Yeah. I'm trying to isolate just this storm here. This is the one that prompted this warning here. So Valley Head, if you can't read that on the edge of the screen, Valley Head 7:37 local time. Fisher Crossroads, which is just south of there, just east of Fort Payne, 7:50 local time. Then you cross over into Walker County. I know it's storming now in Walnut Grove, but it's this other storm to the west. Gets there around 9:02. Somerville around 9:10. And then just outside that polygon around closer to 9:30 in Tidings, which is right there along 27. So that's the estimated time of arrival in this part of southern Dade, southwestern Walker, and northwestern Chattooga, that line of storms coming in. And again, just to go over that area from Lyerly to Tryon, small part of southern Dade, southwestern Walker. That severe thunderstorm warning out till 9:15 Eastern time. So again, the strongest storm locally is that one right there on Sand Mountain. Has prompted these two warnings. This one, that part of the storm headed this way. Then this other cluster of storms here, moving southeast along Sand Mountain, approaching Fort Payne to the top of the hour. Then we have this very noisy line here. No advisories or warnings along it, but it's still raining heavily, a lot of lightning. Basically from north of Calhoun to Chatsworth, to Fort Mountain, to Blue Ridge, to Copper Hill, to McKaysville, to Hot House in Cherokee County. But everybody else north of Chattanooga, there's still downpours, still lightning. However, things are improving quite a bit. We're going to keep an eye on these trying to redevelop here. See if they hold together. That's right in advance of the main front. But everybody else north of the city has improved greatly. So occasional lightning, thunder, but not too bad. Checking the other radar here, watching these two storms here from approaching Fort Payne to Somerville. Let's see. Yeah, Cleveland's looking a lot better, Abby. A lot better. Rain, occasional lightning, but not too bad. Shane says Trenton is windy. And you can see right there that broken line of showers and storms moving through Trenton, but overall not too bad. Everything's kind of south of Trenton. Deborah and Lafayette, heavy rain, lots of lightning there. Over there on Resaca to Chatsworth, a lot of lightning with that. It's feeding off all that very warm, humid air coming in. But again, around Cleveland, moderate downpours and lightning, but everything now is shifting more to the south. Trying to send this update to social media, so give me just a second.
Yeah, it's fixed. Oh, it's fixed. Wonderful. We will not die.
Sam, this house is $2.1 million home, 6 bedrooms.
Wow. Hey, Alex. You got messed up here. I'm sorry. What did you do? What? Come on. So you can also get the equivalent one with the add. Sure.
There we go. Got to send stuff to social media every now and then to make sure Twitter's all updated and whatnot, or X as they call it. So I have to multitask here. Okay, let's go with the situation that we have right now. We've got severe thunderstorm warning out for Dade, far southern Dade, Walker, Chattooga, out till 9:15, roughly about the next 35 minutes. As that storm rolls by to the south and east, and with that, some very strong wind gusts. The storm itself is right here approaching the state line and sliding down to the southeast. It's all part of a very strong line, which is right now right over Fort Payne. And then just to the south of there, right along Sand Mountain, but it's approaching Fort Payne from the Pine Ridge area down to Fort Payne. It's right over Rainsville, Fife. Seems to be a little stronger the farther south you go. Tremendous amount of lightning there. Henniger to Valley Head to Sylvania. Let's look at the wind gusts along that front. You can see the bright red right there along 59. That's the winds are strongest. Got some wind gusts upwards over 40 miles an hour with that. Same thing on Sand Mountain east of Fife. And that's what's prompted this warning here in Chattooga County for that line right there, sliding south and east. Very strong wind gusts with that. Okay. So this warning, which it goes all the way to Fort Payne, that's out until 9:15. So both of these expire at the same time. And you got this other warning here, just outside our viewing area. That's for Cherokee County, Alabama. Cherokee and down to Etowah, down all the way to Gadsden, out till 9:45 Eastern time. As all this activity slides south and east. And again, you've got this advisory area, Calhoun to Lafayette. That's in effect till 8:45, roughly the next 5 minutes. But that storm's more noisy than it is severe. So it's getting some strong wind gusts with it, heavy rain, lightning from Lafayette to Walnut Grove to Calhoun, Sugar Valley, Resaca, Ranger, now well east of Chatsworth. And approaching Ellijay and Blue Ridge, just heavy rain and lightning for the most part. Not a severe situation. I think Murphy, the worst of that's going to pass to your south. So still rain, still lightning, though not severe. Same thing, Cleveland, moderate downpours up to Inglewood, up to Athens, not severe. Sail Creek, Saudi Daisy, not severe. And again, these other cells that are developing, they're basically bumping up its terrain there on the western edge of the plateau. But you notice how they don't hold together. Like these that developed, Western Grundy kind of just fell apart. Same thing with this one as approaching Whitwell from the southwest, another downpour around 41. And same thing here from Swanee back down the valley, but they seem to be kind of, it's just that added lift, producing more heavy rain, Mount Eagle, Swanee. And the farther southeast they move, they kind of die down a bit. So the atmosphere is kind of spent there, but still the lift with the plateau, creating more of those downpours, but not severe. I want to stress that. Everything's severe now, shifting way to the south now and southeast. And I would say once we're in that 9 o'clock hour Eastern time, all this will be shifting more southeast and things will be improving over a large part of our viewing area. So that's good. All right, let's see. Rodney asking, how are things looking in the Cove from Kensington? Well, it's still a bit noisy in the Cove right now. Let's zoom on down there. You can see south of Kensington. Most of the really rough stuff is just to your south. It's booming loud there. You can hear on all sides of the mountain, from Pigeon Mountain back to Lookout Mountain. But all of this is starting to slide more south and east. You're going to get more heavy rain south of Kensington, but the worst of that looks to be passing by just to your south. Although it's going to be very noisy for a while to that storm. That whole line of storms drops south of the Cove area there. But Mentone, heavy rain, lightning, all that area 59 from basically the Welcome Center all the way to Fort Payne. Heavy rain and lightning there all the way down to Collinsville. And same thing, 75 southbound Dalton to Calhoun. Again, it's not a warning, but still very heavy rain and lots of lightning, occasional strong gust. Yeah, Shannon, for the most part, in Harrison, you're looking okay. Still some rain, occasional thunder, lightning, but I think things are improving there. Okay. Erica, at this point, that threat's extremely low. Okay. You're going to have some gust, heavy downpours of rain and lightning, but that other threat's very low with this. Mandy there in Chickamauga, you're going to have some more downpours coming in and occasionally some lightning thunder, but the worst of it's to your south of Chickamauga. So you're going to have some rain and occasional lightning, but for the most part, severe threats kind of winding down. Okay. And again, just to show you, all of Southeast Tennessee is now no longer under that severe thunderstorm watch. It's been canceled. Same thing for Cherokee and Clay. Still continues for all of Northwest Georgia for about the next hour and 15 minutes, but even by 10 o'clock, I think the severe threat will be winding down and ending. So it's not an all-night situation. Okay. There, as you can see, the worst weather now shifting south. Still dealing with, again, I mentioned that lift up on the plateau right there, causing more downpours and lightning there. We'll see if it holds as it moves southeast, but a lot of these have been gradually fading out. So really, it's all this area just south of Lafayette. Well, actually, from around Lafayette, south of Trenton, south of Lafayette, south of Dalton, south of Chatsworth, and southeast of Cleveland, and all moving south and east. So it's that area that's all moving south and east. So Blue Ridge, LJ getting that next round of heavy rain, but in the hour they'll be moving out. That's where it's moving. The rest of the area, which I'm going to outline, I'm not a good artist. All the areas circled, things are improving. Okay, so you're kind of out of the severe threat. Okay, which is good.
I'm sure she. I think once she gets settled a little bit, I think she'll call us. But
so, the air conditioning can turn back on. Temps are coming down. If you happen to notice.
thanks. I didn't take it.
Huh?
I didn't take it. I didn't take it.
Let's check the power outage situation, which at one point was just below 4,000 people on the EPB customer map. Let's see where we stand now. Just about 3,000 people. So kind of a cluster there, East Ridge, East Brainerd, large numbers there, a little less to the north, but right along the Bradley-Hamilton County line. Crews are out on there. There's about 3,000 people without power. It's down a bit, but those crews are out there in the elements working hard to get your power restored. So things have improved greatly around downtown. You see the setting sun back there, kind of a purple, pinkish, cotton candy sky off to the north and west. So things are improving quite a bit. So around downtown, things won't be quite as bad as they have been. Let's see. Here's Dalton. So got the rain mainly south. You can see some of the lightning still going on the horizon, although in the radar view, as you can see at the left-hand part, just underneath me, underneath my photo there, is mainly south of Dalton where the rain is the heaviest currently. Yeah, they just added a warning there. Added a warning right between the two polygons. Not surprising. It's right there. That part of DeKalb County, as issued just a moment ago. So this is severe thunderstorm warning out for DeKalb County until 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central. It's over east central DeKalb County. Severe thunderstorm just 7 miles northeast of Fort Payne, moving southeast at 20. And again, wind gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour. That's a new warning added. It's all this area right in here for the same line of storms. Okay. Probably this warning here for Chattooga, small portion of Dade and Walker. That's also out to 9:15 Eastern time. So all these expire at the exact same time, roughly the next under 30 minutes from now. Again, for you folks around Calhoun, it's a bit noisy. Calhoun, Resaca, Villanelle, but these are below severe levels, but still raining heavily. A lot of lightning in Dalton. And I'm sure, as comment here, Crystal says, still lightning in Dalton. Yes. You're seeing the lightning in Dalton is mainly from the storm to your south in Dalton, southern part of Whitfield, southern Walker, and into Gordon County. So you're seeing it light up the sky, but all of that's moving to your south. That's where all that lightning is in Dalton. It's approaching Calhoun and Resaca over to Ranger, LJ, getting a lot of lightning and thunder, heavy rain. Again, be aware of, again, these mountainous areas where you have terrain effects, it's going to be causing some tributaries and streams and creeks to rise and cause some flash flooding. So be aware of that. So LJ, again, not a warning. It's just loud. Same thing up and down 76 to Blue Ridge. Again, below severe levels, just extremely noisy. And there's a new advisory just issued. You see the length of it here? See, it follows the leading edge of this line right here, okay? So National Weather Service, Peachtree City, issuing this broad area under a special weather statement. So not going to extend the warnings, but till 9:15, be aware. This is called wind gusts up to 40. So the wind gust potential is down a bit. So it's below severe levels, but wind gusts upwards of 40. Maybe a little bit of small pea-sized hail, but heavy rain and lightning, the main threats. All that whole line moving southeast at 30. So it's not a warning, but a special statement from LJ, Calhoun, Tryon, and south out till 9:15. Watching this exact same line right here, moving on through. But other than that, not a severe situation. Again, all these three separate severe thunderstorm polygons out for this part of southern Dade, southern Walker, Chattooga, and these two separate ones for DeKalb County out until 9:15 Eastern. A lot of lightning there. You go from Mentone to Valley Head to Eider to Henniger. I'm sure in Trenton. I'm sure in Kensington. I'm sure in Chickamauga. The whole southern horizon's lighting up. But again, those storms are moving away from you. But it is impacting Mentone. It's going to be crossing over to the Menlo, the Cloudland area. Not Cloudland Canyon. We're talking about Cloudland, Georgia area. In Somerville and Tryon, more heavy rain coming your way. Heavy rain now south of Lafayette. I'm sure you're still hearing the booms there in Lafayette. Lightning lining up the sky to your southeast, but it's starting to move away. Still some downpours on that line back near Dalton, but again, the huge lightning threat is more south of Dalton and starting trending away to the southeast. Get around the city of Chattanooga, heavy downpours have now moved out. There are still some moderate downpours around Mount Eagle and some light lightning there west of Tracy City, but not severe in nature. Everything else north of the city, pretty good. Occasional lightning, moderate downpours, not a severe situation. Beginning across the state line, heavier rain now trending over southern parts of Fannin, over Ellijay and Gilmer County, south of Chatsworth, about to be south of Dalton. But all this area, Lafayette to Calhoun, just heavy rain, a lot of lightning. Could have some strong gusts with that too. Starting to trend more to the south and east. So again, just the northwest Georgia counties under the severe thunderstorm watch till 10 o'clock, roughly the next hour. Everybody else, the watch has been lifted. Got more local storm reports coming in. Let's take a look at these. So that's a tree down in Jackson County, roughly around 8:27 Eastern. It's near Eider. In Jackson County near Dutton, several trees down in a yard. That was about 30 minutes ago. Also near Scottsboro, let's take a look at these two separate ones there. Near Scottsboro, several trees down near Lakeside Grove Tree, that is, on Clemens Road. That occurred about a half hour ago. In Section, the emergency manager reported a tree down in the roadway on County Road 67. That was about 45 minutes ago. It's far southern Jackson here. In Langston, tree down on 300 Skyline Shores Drive about 30 minutes ago. So some of those reports starting to trickle in. See this one right here in DeKalb County, near the Lakeview community in DeKalb County about 20 minutes ago. Tree down at County Road 70 and County Road 400. So these have been enough to knock down some trees. Again, the worst weather is starting to move and trend more south and east, and within the hour should be exiting out of our viewing area. I thank everybody for watching tonight, sticking around with us. A lot of folks have been watching since the 6 o'clock newscast ended. We've had this stream going for almost 2.5 hours. As we're just kind of keeping an eye on things. If they start to move and start trending more to the south, now trending more south of Dalton, we're keeping an eye on that cluster of warnings with that line of storms there from Fort Payne, south of Lafayette, down about the Weiss Lake area, Galesville, that's in Cherokee County Center, that area, and then near Tryon and Somerville. That little sliver right there as it moves south and east. It's a very slow-moving line, so you can have a lot of rain, a lot of lightning, but the severe wind threat kind of winding down. Same thing from Calhoun upward to about Ellijay in southeast. This is a large special weather statement, but for the most part, the wind gust potential around 40 and mainly a lightning and heavy downpour threat. But everybody else, things are improving greatly. You can see everything pretty much north of Dalton is improved. There's still some downpours going on. Crandall, Cisco, Chatsworth, but not severe. You're still hearing thunder, and this time of night, you're going to be able to still see the vivid flash of lightning from miles away. But it's all starting to trend away from you. Ellijay, same thing. A lot of lightning, a lot of heavy downpours of rain. Blue Ridge, things are improving, although it's still a lightning threat. Let's take a look at the velocity scan with the wind through here. Not seeing as much bright red. There's still some winds associated with this moving in. But we are seeing some of that bright red showing up, which you have wind gusts upwards of 40. That northwestern corner of Chattooga right there, coming off Lookout Mountain. Over near Menlo, very strong gusts there. It's the area under the severe thunderstorm warnings. Just be aware, these are straight line winds with that. Yep, strong gusts there right along the DeKalb and Cherokee County line and moving into Chattooga. So right there, some of the strongest gusts starting to trend away from Fort Payne. And far southern DeKalb County, so pretty active down there outside the warning area. There's still some pretty strong gusts there near Collinsville. About 10 miles south of Fort Payne on I-59, some strong gusts right in there. But still, outside that warning area in DeKalb County, heavy rain, lightning, Geraldine to Collinsville, up to Fort Payne. It's really just north of Fort Payne where that warning is. So no longer under a warning, Rainsville, Pine Ridge, but I tell you, it's still very noisy, slow going traveling. Just stay inside, let the storm pass by. Best advice. So both of these warnings for the next 17 minutes over Chattooga, Walker, Dade, and this part of DeKalb County. And again, Dalton, still some lightning south of Dalton, but it's moving south. So 75 south of Dalton all the way to Calhoun, slow going, heavy rain, lightning there. Chatsworth, things improving. You still got some downpours coming your way. And just to show you the overall outlook for the rest of the night, next couple of hours, all this will be moving southeast away, farther away from our viewing area. And so our future track shows just after midnight, things are a lot quieter. Still a few downpours around to the south, but overnight things greatly improve. And tomorrow morning, not too bad. Some fog around, of course, where the rain happened. And into the afternoon, you got temperatures upper 80s to right around 90. Even some comfortable 70s near 80 at the higher elevations because of the strong northwesterly wind coming in. So tomorrow, Tuesday, no storms, not as much heat, and no humidity. So much different from today. In fact, the next 2 days looks pretty good. Later on tomorrow night, the early Wednesday morning, gonna have temperatures even more comfortable down to the 60s, looking really good. And then toward Wednesday afternoon, 92, upper 80s. That's normal for August, typical August day, just not as humid. So good couple of days coming up. Big difference. So we're right up at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So one more hour of this severe thunderstorm watch out for Northwest Georgia. All of Southeast Tennessee has been taken out of the watch. So it's basically now just Northwest Georgia. And worst weather trending south and east. Still got some heavy downpours of lightning in around the Mont Eagle area. So parts of, coming down 24, parts of Marion County, towards South Pittsburgh, towards Kimball, still some rain and lightning, but staying below severe levels. It's just being aided by that lift of the airflow up over the mountain there. Everybody else, though, north of Chattanooga, not bad. Not bad at all. Especially to the south, basically from Dalton to Lafayette and south, where the active weather continues. Again, 2 warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings locally. This is out for Chattooga, far southern Walker, and far southern Dade for the next 15 minutes. And the same thing for that little part of central DeKalb out till 9:15. That includes Mentone Valley Head, where it's still raining heavily. A lot of lightning there, some strong gusts accompanying that. It looks like the gusts, though, had moved more into Chattooga County, kind of out of DeKalb, but we're going to watch that carefully. And again, from Fort Payne and south, no warning or advisory, but it's still raining heavily. And that line is prompted farther south onto the rest of Cherokee County into Etowah County, warning there, but that's getting outside of our viewing area, outside our coverage area. So Somerville and Tryon raining heavily there. Menlo, keep in mind you saw that severe thunderstorm warning out for the next 15 minutes. A lot of lightning back towards Menlo, Cloudland, Georgia, Mentone. Looks to be now south of Rising Fawn, south of Lafayette. And now you can see near Dalton, you're still hearing the claps of thunder, but starting to trend away to your south and east. Rocky Face, Ringgold, Tunnel Hill, greatly improved. Varnell, Crandall, everything north of Chatsworth, much better. So again, that line from Calhoun to LJ, as it presses south and east, prompted this new advisory out to 9:15. It may be extended a little while longer, just being proactive and notifying folks that that line may produce gusts upwards of 40, along with the heavy rain and the lightning risk. And these two warning polygons out for the next 12 minutes. We'll hold here while those are active. Let's see, checking. Let's see, Lexi says Alamont Eagle out of power. Let's see. Audie there in Tryon, it's you're still under that, technically that severe thunderstorm warning. Still getting rain and lightning there. That warning still out till 9:15. It's going to be probably through 9:30. That threat of rain and lightning, but we'll see if the severity holds together. But just hold down the fort there and try and let it pass on by, okay? And things will be a lot better. Let me check again in this warned area where that line's passing through, Tryon to Somerville. You can see the stronger wind gust. It looks to be just south of you, southwest of you there in Tryon. Let me pause this just a second. And you can see some of the pockets where the very stronger wind gusts are. Let's get a look at that. Yeah, it's around 60, 58. That's the threshold for severe. So it's right in there, right in that little pocket there. Let me show you that one more time. Strongest gusts look to be just west and southwest of Tryon. So right along the Georgia-Alabama border with Cherokee County and Chattooga County. That little pocket of purple, that's some of the stronger gusts. The bright red indicates gusts above 40. This gets above 50 where the purple is. If you follow that, that's trending more south and east towards Somerville, or probably clipping just south of Tryon. But still, that's a pretty strong, nasty wind gust. The reason why that warning is in effect. That's severe thunderstorm warning. So hopefully that helps you out there in that part of Chattooga County. But now well south of Lafayette. Still some lightning in Lafayette, loud clouds of thunder, but things are improving there. Heads up in Floyd County and Rome. As you can imagine, what's left of those storms is trending to the southeast. So between now and about 10 o'clock Eastern, those will be moving into northern parts of Floyd and bringing with it the rain and lightning risk and the risk of some strong wind gusts.
We haven't got this from officials. I guess people are saying in the comments apparently that
There you go. You can see a new advisory here. This will probably be replacing the warning. Okay. The warning that expires at 9:15, but let's take a look at it. at this new one. Let me get my cursor back.
Might be getting drone footage, but I'm not certain. I have a feeling this guy's gonna want us to pay for it.
Here we go. Radar kind of hung up on me for a second there.
It's either a yes or a no, my God.
Well, my cursor messed up. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to have to take this off the screen and come back to it. So it's going haywire on me. Give me just 1 second. It's thunder over us right now.
I'll let you know. I saw the light in the house from my window.
I got to get the radar back up here. The cursor went a little haywire on me. So give me just 1 second.
We're not getting paid.
Get this sign back on. There we go. There we go. I had the cursor go haywire on me. So anyway, this is what I'm talking about. Back to what we were talking about. This line of storms here, more than likely they were going to let this warning expire in about 5 minutes. So they've extended now a special weather statement that'll take over for this warning. Okay. So this will cover, you probably saw it pop up on your screen here, Chattooga, Floyd, parts of Walker. And the wind gust estimate is up to around 40 miles an hour. So things are easing off just a little bit. So it's dropping below warning criteria, but still could provide wind gusts upwards of 40. This includes areas like Rome, Somerville, Tryon, Lyerly, Menlo, Tiding, Somerchie, Chattoogaville, and over toward the Floyd State Park area. That'll be out till 9:30. So this will probably expire in about the next 6 minutes and proceed to a special weather statement, weather advisory. So we are seeing things improve just a bit, even though it's extremely loud out there, not quite as severe. Again, both of these warnings right here, what you see in that orange color, yellow-orange, these expire at 9:15. The rest of the viewing area is mainly over Gordon, parts of Chattooga, parts of Floyd. This will be a special weather statement. This all drops below severe levels, dropping more to the south. So again, be aware of some gusts below severe potential, heavy rain, lightning, but starting to trend away to the south and east. And again, the severe thunderstorm watch out next 45 minutes, but that will expire at 10 o'clock. Everybody else is no longer under the watch. And again, around the city of Chattanooga, things have improved quite a bit. The worst weather's shifting south and east, but even with that said, kind of easing down just a little bit. Yeah, someone just commented, Darlene saying thunder shaking her house. We had a boom right here at the station too, but again, as loud as it was and it shook the building, we're right here. There's nothing severe nearby. It's just occasionally lightning and loud claps of thunder, but no severe coming back to you. Okay. Most of it's down here to the south. But again, these warnings should expire in the next 4 minutes. We'll hold here until then. But for the most part, things are improving across most of our local viewing areas, starting to move away as everybody sees big improvement, though, which is good. See about any other warning reports locally. I think we covered a lot of these. Let's check this one. This is in the can. Did we cover this one? Hammondville. That occurred about 20 minutes ago. a tree across the road, County Road 120 in Valley Head. So you can still hear claps of thunder here, but nothing severe nearby. So you can see around the city, there's still moderate downpours going on, still loud claps of thunder. For the most part, though, not a severe situation. It's just going to be rainy and occasionally lightning thunder, but it's noisy, yes, but not severe. So Gemma and Red Bank, if you heard that clap of thunder, that's what's going on. But no severe situation, just a bit noisy. But I would say, again, by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, a lot of this winding on down and not all night. Rest of the night is going to be a lot quieter, okay? But to the south, this is where most of the action is right now. Still heavy rain, lightning from south of Lafayette, right along the Georgia-Alabama border, Menlo, Cloudland, Georgia, Somerville, Tryon. A lot of lightning just east of Tryon there. And still some strong wind gusts accompanying that. But again, Peachtree City issued this little sliver of an advisory here, which will replace this warning momentarily and accompany this line as it moves farther down toward Rome, meaning could have wind gusts upwards of 40, heavy downpours of rain and lightning, but staying just below severe levels. And the same thing for the storm near Calhoun. While not severe, it's still slowing down traffic. It's got strong wind gusts and torrential downpours. Most of that now is well south and east of LJ and well south of Blue Ridge. Still a lot of downpours through Polk County and Cherokee County, North Carolina, and some occasional lightning strikes, though not severe. And Fort Payne, things improving for you as well. You're still hearing the thunder to your east. A lot of heavy downpours down to Collinsville, but that's moving south of Fort Payne. Still some moderate downpours near Scottsboro, so it's not finished raining yet, but the severe threat kind of winding down. And again, in and around Chattanooga, we've got moderate downpours down to Rossville, Fort Oglethorpe, occasional lightning strikes, so it's just going to be wet out there. But not as bad as it once was. So those other rounds of storms moving by. It's a larger cluster of storms here, basically from Tryon to about Calhoun and dropping south and east. And again, those two warnings just expired. So all of our viewing area is out of the severe thunderstorm warnings, which is good. As I mentioned, that warning was allowed to be expired in Chattooga County, but there's a weather statement there till 9:30. So still, everybody south of Lafayette, south of Dalton, south of Chatsworth, things are improving. Everything drops down to the south and east. So Chattooga and Gordon County, it's still raining, so quite a bit of lightning, which extends into far southern Walker, but it's all moving gradually south and gradually weakening a bit. Okay, so we're going to leave this live stream for now, but I just want to let you know what's happening across the viewing area. This is where the worst weather is now. South of Fort Payne, about to move south of Tryon by 9:30. It's well south of Dalton. It's still loud in Dalton, but it's all trending now south of you. Again, no warnings in Gordon County, but be aware it's still a strong storm. Heavy rain, a lot of lightning and thunder. Heavy rainfall, occasional strong wind gusts, but it's moving out. It's well south of Chatsworth. Again, in and around the city, you're still getting some occasional lightning strikes and thunder, but again, the severe threat is winding down. All right. So we'll stop the live stream there. However, our coverage does not stop here. We'll have, of course, we'll be on live in about 45 minutes on Fox Chattanooga at 10 o'clock as we'll talk about all this kind of further moving way to the south and how things will improve overnight. And great weather coming up for the next 2 days. But stay safe out there. The roads are still very wet. Beware of where some tree limbs have fallen, where there may be some debris on the road from where water's crossing the road, and in some cases where power lines are down. Some people are still without power. So be careful out there. We'll keep an eye on things. Should anything change, we, of course, let you know. But thanks so much for watching this live stream. Have a great night. I'll see you again on Fox Chattanooga at 10 o'clock and also streams live on foxchattanooga.com and on News Channel 9 at 11. Have a great night. Stay safe.